So many cars here today. Yeah, I didn't do a video last week because I'm not sure. I've just been in a state recently where I'm not really sure. Like, I always find it hard to communicate, especially to other people, because I have so much in my mind. It's like I've said so much to myself, I don't know how to say it to others, or I just don't know how to put it into words, and then I don't know how to put it into words here either. It's very difficult for me sometimes. But today I want to talk about maybe some similar topics, maybe some same ones. There's nothing wrong with going over the same things kind of thing, because if there's something on my mind and people want to listen to and people enjoy to listen to, why not? Actually, today I want to talk about experiences and how unique experiences are, because everyone is human. Everyone lives on the same planet, but we all have different experiences, such as, with my friends, I speak to sometimes and tell them about the life I lived, and they tell me the life they lived so far, and it just is completely different, and we see the world in completely different ways. Sometimes people see, like, for example, rich people who are cushioned from the world, they see everything in a pink window lens, for say, because they don't know the struggles for poor people, and the other way around, poor people don't know the struggles of rich people. That's something else. We're always divided. The society is always divided against each other. And how are we ever meant to live in unison if everyone's divided? I saw this video actually, like race and gender, like men versus women, like black people versus white people. Why does it have to be like that? Because these are ideologies that people in higher power push onto us. I know this is off topic from what I started with, but I just remembered it. And it's very true. Like, we always are divided and we always end up facing the wrong thing. We're not facing the true fact of what they do to us. The people above controlling us. They completely dictate our lives and they brainwash us. Like, for example, I'm not one in politics much, but I know for a fact Reform, for example, is pure brainwashing. They want to take away the Equality Act. How could anyone want that? And it's the fact that people don't really know what they're listening to. They don't know what they're advocating their opinion to. Like, trust me, if they really knew what they were thinking, what they were doing, and how it's going to affect everyone, they wouldn't be doing it in the first place. Like, honestly, and actually back to what I was saying before, like, it's crazy how we all live on this one place. There's no before and there's no end. Like, there is an end, but there's nothing after. Like, do we know that? Like, where were we before this? Also, if you guys haven't realised, I'm such a massive topic changer every second. And if you ever noticed, there's a lot of cuts in these videos purely because of the cars. And yes, why do I record on this open road? That's because I enjoy it. I like the scenery, I like nature, and there's a bench nearby where I usually sit, just watching videos or listening to music, which is quite enjoyable. Wait, I need to rewatch what I was saying. I can't remember now. Yeah, as I was saying, like, it's just weird. Where were we before this? Like, the thing is about these questions is so, I was going to say ethereal. Can you use that word in that context? No, it's just so, like, unfathomable. That's the word. Like, you just can't explain it. Like, nothing we are, like, that's something I hate about life. No matter how long we spend here, we're not going to get answers for many things. Why? I want to know. And people who died, they will know, but they can't tell us. Like, I don't fear death, but I do definitely wonder what is after death. Some people say it's good to fear death because it means you value what you have in life, but I think if you fear death, then you're always going to be thinking about it, because then you're always going to be scared to die. And if you don't fear it, it's not going to be on your mind, and then you're just going to live your life the way you're living it, And if I haven't made it pretty clear, the life I want to live is finding someone for me who understands me, and, like, the only reason I do these videos is so that I can feel like I'm talking to someone about it, because I know no one ever understands. But I think having someone who loves you really means you try to understand. And I think someone trying to understand is better than someone who's understanding, because someone who can understand straight away, they're not really trying, they just know. And that's a nice feeling. But someone who's really trying to understand and they can't, but they try to, that's amazing, because that kind of love and that kind of affection and caring you don't see often, As I said, I'm sorry about all the cuts, but first I do really need to listen back to what I'm saying, because my brain fumbles and fiddles from one thing to another, and I always forget what I'm saying. There's another car coming. I'm not going to cut this time because I literally just started this recording again and again and again. But actually, I might listen to see if that's annoying, because then I just won't cut it out. Anyway, that's besides the point, what I was saying. And now I have to go back because I forgot what I was saying. You know, I kind of wonder how different my life would be if I was normal. You know, like subjectively and... No, not subjectively, objectively. How everyone would see me. Like, what's the objective normal, the ordinary normal, the average normal? Like, my mind was normal. I really wonder what I would be thinking right now or doing right now. Because I'll tell you now, I'm definitely not the normal side of normal. It's not meant to mean like I'm crazy or anything, or like mental. I just mean, see, there's nothing wrong with being mental. Actually, depends what it is. There's nothing wrong with it because it's not your fault. Anyway, that's besides my point. My point was, I don't know why I keep doing the I thing. Yeah, but my point is that I forgot what I was saying again, and I'm going to change the topic. The topic now is going to be, I think it's going to be loneliness, because definitely for a while recently, for the last couple of months, I've definitely felt like that. Actually, I always feel like that, but especially in these last couple of months. Sometimes I think it's a good thing because it means I have peace, but it doesn't mean I'm at peace just because I have peace from a relationship, you know? Like, it doesn't cure every other aspect of my life just because there's an antidote for one part of it. You know, that issues within my life is still there. It doesn't cut it out. But at the same time, I do definitely think loneliness is never a great thing, because humans are not made for one thing, one person, to be there by themselves. I've said this before and I'll say this again. There's a car coming. I'm not saying that, but there is a car coming. We all have 2 hands, we all have 2 feet, we all have 10 fingers, but we only have 1 heart, and the reason for that is because we need to find that other heart in another person and connect with that person so we can be like 2, you understand? Because that is real love. Being able to find your other heart, in someone else, that is something that is impossible to do. You know, sometimes as well, now that I think about it, it feels like we're in a simulation, because there's 8 billion people and we somehow find the one sometimes. How do you find the one in 8 billion people? Do you know the chances of that happening? Like, even if this is a simulation and we're programmed to find that person or we're not, I really hope whoever's programming me really puts me with someone, because I'd love that. You know, I would hate to be the person to end up by themselves. And maybe some people like that, but I for one do not, and I'll tell you that now. 100 times, million times rather, even at my age. Because people sometimes, even at my age, say, oh, there's no point in a relationship, don't focus on a relationship. Like, why does it have to be an age for a relationship when you can care and love for someone? Like, just because you haven't developed and figured out how to care for yourself or to love yourself. I don't love myself, actually, but you should. That's not the point. I think my point is that you don't know how to love others, you can't love yourself. And I feel like I'm good at loving others, especially when I do love someone, I do like them to know that they're loved. And I think maybe, you know, when I was younger, obviously you're not perfect. We're all one life. We all have one life, and we all struggle and make mistakes. I'm not made bad mistakes that are rude or horrible like that, because those are not mistakes. If you do horrible things, most of the time they're not a mistake. You chose to do that horrible thing. It depends on how horrible it is. Like, if you say someone you bum, like, as a swear word, I'm not going to swear, but then that's a mistake, but it's not that bad compared to other things. I think you understand the concept of what I'm trying to say, and if you don't understand, I think you need to check what's right and wrong. But as my point was trying to be, is that I'm just trying to improve for the person who's in my future. You know, like, I'm here right now, as always, coming after the gym or a walk, you know, in this foresty area on the road. Just trying to improve myself. You know, for myself as well, definitely the gym, physically. That's not just for a woman, that's for me too. And I enjoy being healthy. I love my diet. You know, I love looking good. Well, looking okay. I'm not trying to fill my boots with gold, you know. That's such a bad analogy, but you get what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to boost myself up. But as long as I look okay, and it's okay for my future wife too, you know, wherever she is, she could be watching this, imagine that. Or maybe she's watching this in the future and she'll be like, oh my God, look at him when he was younger. That'd be pretty cool. Imagine I was like at my wedding and then this is being played. Hello. If this is on the screen, if this is on the TV, I'd love that. Well, that's in the future. And that's for my future to decide for me. But I always love the future. Because, or the past, like just knowing the past we've lived, it feels like, honestly, it feels like I've lived a different life. Like it feels like I'm a different person to who I was before, and I am. Physically, emotionally, mentally. And it literally does feel like a different life. Like I have someone else's memories. That's how it feels sometimes. And then the future is like, you don't know what it's going to be, but you know it's going to happen. Well, you hope so. If you don't die, there's going to be a future for you. And you're going to be different. You're going to be surrounded by different people. You know, you're going to have different experiences. It's crazy. Like, you're going to have new memories you don't have yet, but you're going to have. Like, right now, this is a new memory for me. 20 minutes ago, I didn't know I was going to have this memory. You know, and in 10 minutes from now, I'm going to have the memory of coming home. Or maybe 20, depends how quick I walk. But, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, the future's definitely very interesting. You guys need to think about these kind of things, you know. Because I 100% think about things not many people think about. This is like a quarter of what I think about that I can actually put into words. Anyway, I think this video is getting kind of long because I always get sidetracked. So I'm really good at making these videos. But I know people aren't really interested after 10 minutes or so. So I think I'll just end it there. But I appreciate whoever listens. And I hope you have a good day and a good future and a good past. Because as that famous quote says, which makes this is not even to do with what I just said, but yesterday's history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a present. It's called a present because it's a present. See, I messed it up a bit, but that's because tomorrow is a mystery. Now I'll make that better. But bye-bye.